Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal, back at it again with more coming out on top, and last time we were here, we agreed to go on a date with Donovan, an awkward middle-aged gentleman who is looking to get back into dating. So for the first part of our date, we went to a gay club, but we actually had to cut that short because we ended up getting harassed by a pack of rabid, horny homosexuals, which is, I mean, look at him, it's hard not to imagine that happening. But after that, he actually decided to take us somewhere more in his element, so here we are at this construction site, and he actually left to get into something more comfortable, which is what he's wearing right now, and brought us something to wear too. And as a heads up, don't forget, this part's going to be maybe a little bit long. There are a lot of options to go through for this date, and there are a lot of pitfalls where you can end up getting locked out of the not safe for work ending. But I mean, look at this man. He has a chest that could keep a flock of birds warm for the winter, and a jawline you could grind meat on, so we're going to stick through it and see how things go. So, without further ado, put this on. Oh my god. He hands you a hard hat similar to the one he's wearing. So, we're doing this with gear? You put the hat on and notice it feels wobbly and oversized. Yeah, of course we are. We always use protection. You never know when something's gonna fall. Saved my butt on more than one occasion. ... Oh god. What's the matter? I just realized you're gonna teach me about building stuff. Well, yeah, Mark. I told you I worked close by, right? I'm a construction foreman. What the heck did you think we'd be doing? Macrame? Don guffaws as he enters the building, waving you inside. So, what is this place exactly? It's the future side of a supermarket. It's going to be called Real Fresh Foods, trademark. They actually grow the produce inside the store. Wild. So people can actually pluck the produce from the vines. Doesn't get any fresher than that. I think they want to let people slaughter their own animals, too. You can't be serious. Don't think the health department's gonna go for that one. I hope not. No offense, Mark, but it seems like you don't know jack about anything construction-related. First of all, how dare you? I have built a bunch of things. Oh yeah? In various simulators. A whole city, in fact. A whole goddamn city. Well, aren't you the architect? It would have had at least 1 million people, but my computer was only running on 1 gig of RAM. ... Anyway, so what are we building? Let's frame out that breaker box over there. You can handle that. Grab a 2x4 and meet me at the chop saw. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what a chop saw is. So you look around and see several different types of boards, pipes, and tools around you. So this is one of the pitfalls, because if you guess wrong on any of these, he's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? And then you're gonna make a terrible joke. It's the same joke for every option. Oh, pardon me. It's the same joke for every option. In fact, I'll just show you one. So you're gonna grab the measuring tape, which is definitely easy to confuse for a 2x4. You approach Don sheepishly, hoping you picked correctly. The 2x4 is the long rectangular board over there. Oh, you are using imperial measurements. What? Nothing. A 2x4 is actually 1.5 by 3.5. So it's kind of like penis measuring. They just round up to the nearest full inch. I don't do that. Well, me neither. I was just saying, like most guys probably round up, right? If it makes you feel better, go ahead. Anyway, you want to get the right board now. So, he gets pissed at you here. And we're going to go ahead and go back, because the correct answer is obviously the long rectangular piece of wood. But as a heads up, so you don't instantly get locked out of the not safe for work ending, but if you pick 2 wrong options, from what I can tell by experimenting, if you pick 2 wrong options, then you are out, and he basically is like, you're a child, I don't want to have sex with you. But anyway, you carry the 2x4 over to Don, the wood solid and heavy in your hand. Perfect. Now we measure and cut. we're going to frame out the space between the studs. That's going to be 14.5 inches. Grab the tape and mark it. So again, you need to just go with it. If you do any of the other options, he is going to get annoyed with you and just be like, okay, child. So just say, sure thing, boss. You measure the distance and mark it with a pencil. Good. Now draw the line with a speed square. I don't even know what that is. What the fuck? And then we make the cut. To the chop saw we go. You just hold the wood against the fence with your left hand, pull the trigger to power the saw, and lower it to the wood. Allow me to demonstrate. Don places the 2x4 and cranks up the saw, the deafening whir of the blade and the scream of the motor almost frightening as he cuts the board. Just go slow and be prepared to jump out of the way if the blade spins off. What? Oh, I'm kidding. Just line it up with the measurement. Make sure the blade's at full speed before you start the cut. Go slow and pull the blade out before releasing the trigger. So, just prove that you're mature and say, alright, I'm ready. You hold the 2x4 in place, pull the trigger and lower the blade, cutting through the wood with ease. Lifting the blade back, you let go and are pleased to find a perfectly cut piece of wood standing in front of you. Well, I guess wood doesn't stand, sitting in front of you. So, this bottom option is one of the wrong ones, but you can say either of these top two and you'll still be cool. But I'm going to say that's cool because I enjoy chopping shit up. Good to hear. Now grab the nail gun. We're going to use this level here. Don takes the level and you grab the big gun-looking thing next to you. He places the piece of 2x4 and holds the level to it. The bubble floats side to side as he moves it. You know how to use one of these, right? Where should the bubble be if it's level? So, the answer is the middle. And again, the way this works is that you can say one or two wrong. You can say one wrong answer, but if you do two or more, he's again gonna lock you out of the not safe for work one. So you can fuck around a little bit if you want. Right. He adjusts the level back and forth until the bubble hits the spot in the middle of the glass tube. Just like that. Now, you just get down there and angle a couple nails in it on each side. No problem. Just push it up against the wood and pull the trigger. He leans towards you, steadying the wood. Your bodies almost touch. His arms look big and meaty, and you feel an urge to climb his body. Yeah, right up against the wood like that. Up against the wood? You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It's not hard unless you make it hard. Relax and don't overthink what you're doing. You shoot a nail into the wood. Perfect. Now do one and then two on the other side. You finish nailing the wood in place. Oh, you did good. That was pretty cool. Glad you enjoyed yourself. I like showing a new guy the ropes. So this is purely a business relationship. Well, you feel your cheeks grow warm. It looks like there's a chance this date will actually move beyond a woodworking tutorial. So if you see this dialogue right here, it looks like there's a chance this will be more than a woodworking tutorial. That means you are on your way to the not safe for work ending. If you don't see this dialogue, that means you did something wrong or you made too many mistakes when picking your choices and you just need to go back. You feel your bodies drawing closer. You lean in. He leans in. A buzz jolts the two of you apart. He glances at his phone. Oh, it's my son. Aren't you going to read the text? Nah, I've always told Tristan it's rude to look at text when you're hanging out with someone. I don't want to be a hypocrite. Now, where were we? You lean in. He leans in. ... So, if you don't remember, at the very beginning of the first part, I said that one of his priorities is his family. So, this is actually pretty tricky. If you say the second option, if you establish rules with them, you probably want to enforce them, and you don't have him check the text, later on, right before you're about to have sex, he will get another text from his son, and he'll have to leave, and you won't get the not safe for work ending. But that happens a bit later, so you think you're fine. So, what you need to do is pick the first option. It could be important if he's texting twice. Yeah, it could be. He's usually not a needy kid. He examines his phone again. Excuse me, I gotta take this. Seems like he's in some sort of crisis. So, this part's been pretty straightforward so far, so I'm gonna show off something real quick to y'all. Don steps into an adjacent room, leaving you to your own devices, surrounded by a variety of tools and materials. You know it would be really fun on this playthrough, if we fucking died. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the drill and have some fun. You decide to drill a hole in one of the boards in the wall. Woo! This shouldn't hurt anything. Let's add a few more. Get her done! Well, that didn't sound good. Unfortunately, you managed to place the hole in such a way that it undermines the structural integrity of the main beam. You hear a creaking sound. Huh. Don runs back in and sees the drill in your hand. What the hell did you just do? Oops. Oh, for Christ's sake, we gotta get out of here. So very clearly he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, because why would I do something that would be bad? So, please, you're overreacting. A little hole or two isn't going to do much. You need to get the hell out of here. You shake your head, standing your ground. The thing is, Dono, when you're measuring the effects of cavities on a load-bearing wall. You're nuts, screw this. So Don runs from the site, a chunk of flooring hitting his hard hat on the way out. Huh. You look up at the teetering, collapsing structure around you. Was that crack there before? Oh. Then at once the building collapses in a pile of broken wood and metal dust, filling the air as the world literally comes crashing down. You're knocked unconscious by a falling chunk of cinder block, but it's the 3-inch lag bolt that punctures your primary motor cortex that finally kills you. Luckily, your death was painless due to being unconscious at the time, but when the construction crew finds your body the following day, things don't go as well. They mount your battered corpse on a sheet of plywood and set you aflame, providing a spectacular warning to others who would dare drill holes willy-nilly. The end. And by the end, I mean you fucking died. So we need to go back, and not make that mistake. But that is one of the game over scenarios that you get. There are some other things. All of these other options, but wait patiently, will end up ending your run here. Either you die, or he's like, what the fuck are you doing? You shouldn't be playing around here. And then he will just be like, I don't need to talk to you anymore. So we're going to wait patiently. And if you play the game yourself, you can explore those other options, giving y'all something to be excited about. But anyway, you can hear Don's conversation in the next room, his voice impassioned, but calm and reassuring. You can't let that get you down. It doesn't matter. You can't let other people define what you are. Listen to me, Tristan. Adversity isn't an excuse. When things get tough, that's your opportunity. And it's not about grit or getting stronger. It's about you doing what you want to do. Now get back out there. You got this. Yeah, I love you too. Don returns. Pardon the interruption. Oh, I hope it's not serious. I mean, this date isn't interfering, is it? Nah, it's just that Tristan takes his online gaming very seriously. You know, that is actually really amazing. I really love the idea of, like, someone calling their dad and being like, Dad, my team is fucking feeding. I'm so furious. Or, like, why do we have 3 fucking snipers on Hanamura offense? Like, what is this shit? And then you just rage call your dad and complain about it, and he has to reassure you. That actually is a fantasy of mine. I can't wait to be a father. Tristan takes his online gaming very seriously. Somebody stole his rocket launcher and hit him over the head with it. Oh, that's pretty cute. Damn, that's rough. I've been there. We've all been there. Yeah, I don't play those things, but I imagine he was devastated. He's like in some ranked tournament right now, and things are intense. Man, you sound like such a supportive dad. Thanks. He also mentioned he's not coming back till tomorrow morning. He's doing his weekend thing at my ex's right now. So what you're saying is, we got the place to ourselves. So, did you want to come over? Maybe stay a little while? So, very obviously, you need to say, that sounds great. You walk back into the club to get your cars, or back to the club to get your cars. You follow him to a small townhouse in a nondescript cookie-cutter neighborhood. He opens the door, letting you in. Aside from a few photos of a kid at varying ages arranged around the living room, the townhouse seems pretty sparse, if comfortable. Tristan's mom decorated this place. Not my style, but I really haven't had time to remodel it or anything. Are you two still together? Oh, hell no, I'm gay as hell. We were hoping to stay together as long as we could for Tristan's sake, but that really wasn't realistic. Finalized the divorce papers 2 years ago. As it turns out, he handled everything much better than I expected. I guess what they say is true. Most kids would rather see their parents happy than struggling to stay together for their sakes. Or maybe it's just him. I don't know. He encourages me to date, if you can believe it. Though I'm pretty sure it's just a ploy to get me out of the house and off his back. He sounds like quite a kid. He is. If I had a chance to do it all over again, I would have done it the same way if Tristan were the result. That's so cute. Oh my god. Even if I'm 35 now, I haven't dated anyone since his mom, and that was back when we were together in high school. How pathetic do I sound? Does anyone even really date anymore? I feel like I just stepped out of a time machine. What the hell happened to dating? Dating is such a thing of the past. Go straight to barebacking, kid. Unless we align on 23 areas of compatibility, there's no reason to meet again. Yada, yada, yada. So, Don, can we have sex now? Like, there's a lot of words going on the screen. I just look at you and I feel a little jealous. Still in college, out of the closet, living the life. What if I had have understood myself way sooner? If I had, well, accepted myself as I was. I wouldn't be reading a book called Online Dating for Noobs at the age of 35. Oh god, that book. Burn that book, Don. But I got no moves. You don't need moves. Like, what would you want to do right now? Just do it. Be spontaneous. Spontaneous, huh? Well, if you say so. He grabs you and kisses you on the lips. Oh my, I'm blushing. That's not bad. He grabs you again and kisses you harder. Oh man. You kiss him back. As your tongues intertwine, you're treated to a healthy serving of sawdust from his lips. Oh geez, sorry, I'm such a moron. I'm covered in sawdust. No, the sawdust is great. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. You know what? This is gonna sound crazy, but as long as I'm being spontaneous, I'm gonna go ahead and wash up. Do you want to join me? Join you? In the shower. Oh damn, is that too forward? No, that was exactly perfect, because that's what I wanted. Oh god, I improvised that one. You're doing amazingly well, trust me. Man, I'm not gonna lie, my dyslexia is starting to really bug with me here. You follow Donovan down a hallway into the bathroom, feeling your cock swell in excitement. Oh my. Donovan opens the shower door and turns on the water. You watch him undress, feeling shy. You glance at his broad chest, muscular shoulders, and well-defined glutes. You have to fight the urge to keep from staring too long at his large oh my gosh, his large cock hanging at half-mast and getting harder by the second. Last one in gets put on sweep patrol. Hey, someone had a head start. Your shyness turns into determination, and you strip off your shirt and yank down your jeans. In the long, narrow shower, the hot water hits your skin. The mix of sawdust and sweat rinsing off your bodies feels great. You can't stop but stare at his massive body, now steaming and wet underneath the spray. Now what? So, if you can't tell, we are about to have sex up the butt. So, I am going to cut the video. This is going to be posted as a link in the description, the not safe for work part, that is. It's going to be a Mediafire link. Let me know how that Mediafire link is working out for y'all. I got some people that said initially that I actually posted the wrong link, so I had to change that on the previous video. So just click it, see if the download works, but only if you're 18. You can't see me, but I'm wagging my finger, and no 18-year-olds clicking on that. But I will be right back after we engage in coitus, and I will see y'all in a bit. Alright, we are back. So, that was a pretty good scene, actually. I thought it was very enjoyable. But like I said, there is going to be a link in the description to the Not Safe for Work scene. In fact, actually, there are going to be two. So the first link is going to be the full Not Safe for Work scene, dialogue included. The second link is just going to have the nude parts. So don't forget, only click on those if you're over the age of 18. And then that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. You stand for a moment, catching your breath, feeling the water wash the sweat off of your overheated bodies. Donovan hands you a towel. You start to dry off. Mark, I gotta take off with Tristan for a summer camping trip soon, but maybe if you're not busy, we could do this again. I'd like that. Hell, I didn't expect us to go there tonight. I guess that wasn't in the book, right? No, screw the effing book. I think you're a better teacher anyhow. There's so much I don't know and haven't done. I feel like I'm so behind. I'll be happy to bring you up to speed. And our date has ended. So that was a pretty neat date. Again, like I said, it's one of the longer ones. In some ways it's very straightforward, but there are several parts where you can get caught up and you end up dying. And I think the creator of the game was kind of self-aware that a lot of you... Well, actually that wouldn't be nice to say. So a lot of people would instantly want to engage in calling this older man daddy, and he just was not interested in that. And so I feel like a lot of people are just going to get locked out of that ending because they're going to keep being like, what the fuck, why can't I call him dad? But it's because it makes them uncomfortable. And again, like I said, you shouldn't call older gentlemen daddy without seeing if they're comfortable with it, because they might be actual fathers and that might creep them the fuck out. So that all being said, I hope y'all enjoyed that. We got acquainted with a very attractive man's lower intestines, like I promised. And I think I'm going to try to... I don't know if I want to work on Alex's part next, or if I want to launch into Jed. Because if I do another person, it's going to be Jed, because he's actually my favorite person in this game. I actually really like Jed. But we'll talk more about that later. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not done so already. And then also, don't forget I have some Oracle of Seasons and Ages videos in my video library, so feel free to go ahead and check that out, because I would really appreciate that. I like getting views on those videos, because I get to talk more freely about things I'm interested in. And then also, if you find me funny, don't forget to check out those videos, or the Oregon Trail videos, or just anything else I produce. And then also there's going to be a link to my Tumblr in the description. Thanks, and have a good one.